The ancient Stoic wisdom of balancing kindness with self-care is encapsulated in the saying, "Do not set yourself on fire to keep others warm." This powerful reminder highlights the importance of maintaining a healthy balance between giving to others and taking care of oneself. Unfortunately, in today's society, there is a rush to be seen as good and always be the one who gives. This has led to a distortion of kindness, transforming it into a destructive habit. We are constantly encouraged to go beyond our limits for the sake of others, but at what cost? The truth is that excessive kindness depletes our own resources and puts our energy and well-being at risk. These qualities are not virtues but rather a path to our downfall. Many people have lost themselves by giving so much of themselves that they feel empty, undervalued, and totally exhausted. It is a tragic consequence of our modern times where the noblest intentions produce the most harmful results. Stoicism offers an alternative approach, showing us how to be generous without sacrificing our own well-being. It illuminates a path where kindness extends both to others and to ourselves. In this video, we will explore how the teachings of Stoicism can guide us in practicing a balanced form of generosity. It is essential that our actions not only benefit others but also protect our own well-being. Join us as we delve into the principles of Stoicism and discover how they can help us establish healthy boundaries. By doing so, we can ensure that our kindness remains a source of strength instead of leading to burnout. We'll explore how to give without compromising our own love and without suffering harm, allowing us to be present for others without neglecting our own lives. Throughout this journey, we will navigate the delicate balance between generosity and self-preservation, drawing wisdom from Stoic philosophy. And remember, it is crucial not to sacrifice ourselves to benefit others. Excessive acts of kindness can ensnare us, a cautionary note voiced by the wise Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Imagine yourself as someone who always helps quickly, never saying no. It's akin to donating fragments of yourself until there's nothing left. You become the right person for everyone else, but when you find yourself in need, you discover you're alone. Kindness is not just about others, it also involves being kind to yourself. Marcus would remind us that our primary obligation is to our own well-being. Without it, we cannot genuinely be available for others. Consider the story of two neighboring gardeners. One meticulously cares for his plot, understanding the importance of self-care, while the other, despite having his garden, dedicates much of his time to tending the gardens of everyone else. The diligent gardener, recognizing the importance of finding the right balance between attention and resources, cares for his garden, resulting in a vibrant and thriving space. This gardener not only found immense personal joy in his parcel but also took great pleasure in sharing the surplus of his produce with his neighbors. However, his excessive generosity led him to devote so much time and effort to the care of others' gardens that his own plot fell into neglect and degradation. As a result, his once thriving garden withered, and his income suffered greatly. In his relentless quest to be useful, he failed to prioritize his own well-being, leaving both his garden and himself utterly depleted. This serves as a powerful reminder to pause and reflect before we dedicate ourselves to helping others. It is crucial to consider whether the help we offer is sustainable and whether we are taking care of our own needs. The wise teachings of the ancient Stoics urge us to practice Stoicism by establishing healthy boundaries and ensuring that in our efforts to do good, we do not neglect our own care. In the realm of Stoicism, it is crucial to prioritize one's own well-being before attempting to help others. The ultimate goal is to maintain inner stability and moral character. While we positively impact the lives of those around us, this approach guarantees a harmonious and fulfilling existence for both ourselves and those we aim to help. However, it's crucial to recognize that reciprocity has its limitations. While generosity is a praisable virtue that enhances our lives and the lives of others, it can become a subtle trap when practiced excessively. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that still imparts wisdom in our fast-paced modern world, offers an invaluable lesson on the limits of kindness. While it's admirable to offer help with sincerity and compassion, expecting an equal measure of generosity in return can lead to disappointment. Life has a way of showing that the good deeds we perform today may not be recognized or remembered tomorrow. This isn't indicative of our value or the significance of our actions, but rather a natural tendency for human memory and gratitude to falter. To illustrate this concept, consider the act of giving as planting a tree. As you nurture it, there's a glimmer of hope that it will flourish and eventually provide shelter or bear fruit. However, the forces of nature are unpredictable, with storms, droughts, and changing seasons. Similarly, when we extend acts of kindness, we must rid ourselves of any expectation. Join our Stoicist journey at Buy Me a Coffee. Support with a donation or as a member and have a voice in our community. Every coffee fuels our mission to share wisdom. Be our pillar, make a difference today. A reciprocal gesture. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, advise us to focus on our acts and not their outcomes. He reminded us that there are certain things we can control and others we cannot. The true joy of giving should result from the act itself, not the anticipation of something in return. By adopting this mindset, we protect ourselves from the disappointment that arises when our expectations are not met. This teaches us emotional resilience, allowing us to remain kind and generous without feeling drained or exploited. This does not mean we should become insensitive, but rather that we should strive for a harmonious balance. See your acts of kindness as a reflection of your character, not as a transaction. By doing this, you not only safeguard your inner peace but also cultivate a form of generosity that is genuine, self-sustaining, and truly gratifying. This Stoic principle urges us to give freely but wisely, ensuring that our kindness enriches us, regardless of how the world reacts. How can you apply this Stoic way of giving without expectations in your daily interactions? Take a moment to envision a specific situation where you can offer kindness or assistance without any expectation of reciprocity. Then, consider practical measures you can implement to ensure that your acts of generosity continue to bring you personal satisfaction instead of leading to burnout. It's intriguing to look at historical accounts and witness the extraordinary demands placed on royal figures who relied on attendants for tasks ranging from dressing to personal hygiene. Today, it's clear that people still hold certain expectations of us, often requesting favors that they could easily resolve themselves. The philosophy of Stoicism provides valuable insights into the importance of establishing boundaries and embracing moderation. This ancient wisdom acts as a guiding light amidst the overwhelming demands of life, allowing us to act with purpose while simultaneously safeguarding our emotional well-being. Stoicism does not advocate withholding assistance but emphasizes the need for balance, ensuring we support others without losing ourselves in the process. Consider, for example, the poignant story of a mother and her adult daughter in a charming town. Driven by love, the mother showered her daughter with excessive care, inadvertently preventing her from assuming her responsibilities. This dynamic persisted until the mother's premature death, which unexpectedly triggered the daughter's journey towards independence. This story serves as a powerful reminder that while our intentions may be noble, oversupport can inadvertently hinder personal growth. Emperor Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, encapsulated this wisdom in his Meditations, stating that a man's duty is to stand alone and not depend on the support of others. This perspective encourages us to foster self-reliance and strive for a harmonious balance that benefits everyone involved. In his profound contemplations on the nature of human relationships, Seneca astutely observed that those who become our friends solely for the benefits they can receive will also cease to be our friends when those benefits no longer exist. This serves as a powerful reminder to prioritize relationships based on genuine connections rather than mere transactions. True friendship and support should not depend on what we can offer but rather on mutual respect and understanding. The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us to value ourselves not by our capacity to provide but by the essence of who we are. By cultivating self-esteem and promoting authentic connections, Stoicism empowers us to embrace moderation and establish boundaries that safeguard our well-being while extending sincere support to others. To maintain our authenticity and engage in more meaningful acts of generosity, it is essential to prioritize our responsibilities and honor our needs. This balanced approach to life and relationships allows us to stay true to ourselves and our values, leading to a virtuous and gratifying existence. Amid the demands of the modern world, it is important to recognize that attending to our own needs is not selfishness but rather an act of self-care that should be approached with sensitivity. Stoicism conveys a valuable lesson about cultivating inner resilience and mastering oneself, involving building an inner fortress, refining the art of self-control, and establishing clear boundaries that define our personal space. Paradoxically, constantly bending to serve others can eventually lead to being perceived as weak. Without firmness, we become susceptible to exploitation by those who see our generosity not as a strength but as an opportunity to take advantage. This cycle of oppression and exploitation drains us, making us feel undervalued and oppressed. When we begin to confidently refuse requests and establish boundaries, a transformation occurs. We are no longer automatically chosen for every task or obligation. This assertive behavior demonstrates self-worth and communicates to others that our time and energy are valuable and deserve consideration. Cicero, a renowned Stoic philosopher, captured this sentiment perfectly with his words, "The opinion which you have of yourself has greater significance than the opinions that others have about you." By establishing boundaries and practicing discipline, we not only safeguard our mental and emotional well-being but also earn the admiration of those around us. Remember, the ability to say no holds immense transformative power, enhancing our self-esteem and demanding respect from the world. Embracing this mantra has the potential to revolutionize the dynamics of our relationships, promoting mutual respect rooted in dignity and self-worth. However, implementing this change is not without its challenges. Being always available often attracts people seeking assistance while marginalizing our presence in moments of celebration. This harsh reality highlights the consequences of our openness, as we may find ourselves excluded from joyful moments, confined to the role of helpers, and missing out on leisure experiences. Though this realization may be bitter, it serves as a test to distinguish genuine connections from opportunistic ones, presenting an opportunity for Stoic introspection that leads us to recognize the true value of our relationships and encourages a mindful approach in choosing where to invest our time and energy. It is fascinating to discover that implementing boundaries, a fundamental principle of Stoicism, not only benefits our own happiness but also elevates the caliber of our relationships. This intriguing facet of human psychology reveals that when we prioritize our own value and assertively refuse certain requests, we often gain the admiration and respect of others. This seemingly contradictory outcome underscores the profound impact of self-respect and the importance of discernment in our interpersonal connections. By embracing the wisdom of Stoicism, we not only protect ourselves from exhaustion but also promote genuinely rewarding and mutually beneficial relationships. If you have found valuable insights so far, show your support by liking this content. Now, let's delve deeper into strategies for avoiding manipulation and the dangers of excessive kindness. The first step is to overcome the fear of saying no. Take a moment to deeply reflect on why the word no carries so much weight, tracing its origins to early lessons that linked kindness to acceptance. These deeply ingrained lessons from our formative years instilled in us a fear of rejection and shaped a belief system that tied our value to constant accommodation. However, Stoic philosophy encourages us to challenge and scrutinize these deep-seated notions, advocating for a life of intentional choices rather than being guided by past conditioning. As adults, we possess the autonomy to redefine our interactions, recognizing that fears rooted in our childhood no longer hold sway when viewed through the lens of Stoicism. Our minds possess the necessary tools to scrutinize our emotions, allowing us to confront life's challenges with mindfulness rather than being controlled by ingrained patterns. Establishing boundaries and refusing requests that harm our well-being or sense of justice becomes not just an act of rebellion against outdated anxieties but also a deeply meaningful demonstration of self-esteem and independence. However, it is vital to complement our newly acquired assertiveness with empathy and emotional intelligence. Stoicism does not promote self-centeredness or isolation but rather underscores the importance of making positive contributions to our community and the well-being of those around us. To find a balance between helping others and maintaining our own well-being, the philosophy advocates seeking a middle ground. This requires applying emotional intelligence, which enables us to determine when and how to provide assistance in a way that is beneficial for others and sustainable for ourselves. By recognizing the genuine needs of others while also being mindful of our own limitations, we demonstrate true Stoic wisdom. This ensures that our acts of kindness are not merely demonstrations of self-discipline but also expressions of compassion and empathy, fostering a society where mutual respect and support thrive. The second approach involves paying attention to our emotions. Embracing Stoicism leads us to introspection and mindfulness, prompting us to examine our thoughts and feelings, thus cultivating mental resilience. This ancient wisdom encourages us to safeguard our inner peace by observing our reactions and emotions, especially when we engage in acts of generosity. It teaches us that true satisfaction in helping others should elevate us, like the lightness of the clouds. However, when we begin to feel tired, irritated, or taken advantage of, it's a clear indication that we need to adjust our approach. It's crucial to be aware of the point at which our voluntary contributions begin to compromise our inner peace. Recognizing this discomfort is not a form of self-deception but rather a courageous act of self-care, ensuring that our kindness continues to bring us joy instead of draining our spirit. Another important strategy is to prioritize ourselves. It's common to become highly skilled in niche areas and completely neglect our own personal well-being. In line with Stoic principles of self-control and self-esteem, it's essential to prioritize self-care. Stoicism teaches us to nurture our inner selves and prioritize our well-being. Therefore, neglect should not be an option. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health, recognize your worth, and prioritize your needs. This approach requires total dedication. Embrace your whole being, forgive past mistakes, and view the upcoming year as an opportunity for Stoic rejuvenation. Dedicate time to an activity that brings you joy, valuing this moment as an expression of self-love. Establish boundaries without feeling guilty about declining others. If demands encroach on your sanctuary, offer assistance within your limits, emphasizing that your personal renewal takes precedence. The fourth strategy involves identifying individuals who take advantage. By embracing Stoic virtues such as self-discipline and discernment, we can differentiate between relationships that enrich our lives and those that drain our energy. Engaging with people who constantly demand more, whether it be attention, time, or resources, reflects a dynamic where we, as caregivers, become exhausted and our vitality is drained by insatiable demands. The teachings of Stoicism emphasize the importance of inner strength, reminding us that only we have the key to unlock change in our lives. It's a fallacy to believe that we can change others solely through goodwill. True transformation is a personal journey that begins with our own determination, rather than relying on external influences. Stoicism does not promote detachment but advocates for a balanced approach to relationships. It's a delicate dance of giving and receiving, where excessive generosity can make us unproductive, while stinginess leads to isolation. Stoicism encourages us to embrace our capacity for kindness and generosity while exercising discernment and cutting ties when necessary for our own well-being. The key lies in achieving balance, ensuring that our acts of benevolence do not come at the cost of our own well-being. Remember, the most robust relationships are those in which both parties experience growth, rather than one wilting while the other thrives. Stoicism compels us to carefully evaluate the consequences of our actions, highlighting the importance of maintaining balance in our acts of generosity and warning against depleting our resources to the detriment of our ultimate goal of leading a fulfilling life. On the other hand, it advises against excessive caution in our giving, suggesting instead that we exercise discernment in our benevolence. Seneca, a revered figure in Stoic philosophy, perfectly encapsulates this ethos. Kindness is a precious treasure, a benefit that should be guarded like a hidden jewel, to be unearthed only when necessary. His words inspire us to be prepared to extend goodwill to others, recognizing the profound connection that binds all humanity. What resonated with you the most during our discussion today? If you found this message valuable, Please leave a comment to let us know, and if you're interested in discovering more about how Stoicism can improve your life, remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support is crucial to allow us to spread knowledge and produce content that connects you. Let's unite as a community of curious individuals, motivated to learn and develop.